Dear all, welcome to my YouTube channel Agri Business A Journey. Today I will discuss about price elasticity of demand. Previously in the microeconomics chapter I have already discussed about how price is connected with the demand, or you can say that increase of price decrease the demand and vice versa if other things remain constant. In that time the concept is more connected with absolute change of price with demand. But now I will discuss another concept where we are not discussing about the absolute changes, rather we should discuss about the relative changes. We are more concerned that something need to be discussed which output is unitless, or you can say that if you have a concrete idea of the elasticity, then definitely you can compare the elasticity of one commodity in different time period and elasticity of the one commodity with another commodity as well. Elasticity, as it is unitless, it is help to take the different type of the decisions in demand and price relationship. As formula, it has already shown that with the percentage change in quantity demanded of good with percentage change in price, and in the formula point of view it is very simple one, but the question arises, we are the students of agri business management, so we are more concerned about the decision making process rather than to learning about the formula. Let's see here, it's a demand curve, and throughout the demand curve I have highlighted the different elasticity. At the point of B, elasticity of demand is 0, and at the point of A, elasticity of demand is infinity. If the things has been cleared, then you know that when at the point of P, elasticity of demand is 1, it means lower segment PB divided by PA, as it is the midpoint, both are equal, or the lower segment by upper segment, though they are equal to each other, elasticity of demand is 1. When you move up from P to A, your lower segment has been increased, so you can say that elasticity of demand is greater than 1, and at the lower point elasticity of demand is less than 1. Then you know that at the point of A, at the same price, the demand of the quantity has been increased. You all know that every time we are saying that quantity is increased, if the quantity will be increased, then definitely price will be decreased. But some points are there, just like the A, irrespective of the price is constant, but the quantity of consumption has been increased. Normally this type of the situations has been observed in the perfect competition. In the perfect competitions or perfect market structure, where large number of the buyers are there, large number of the sellers are there, products are homogeneous to each other, government interference is very less, and transparency of the communication is so quick or is so transparent, then everyone know what is the price exists in different of the commodities among the sellers. In that condition you will find the perfectly elastic demand conditions. Another situation is that at the point of B, you will see the perfectly inelastic demand. It means demand will not increase, rather price will be increased. That is called the perfectly inelastic demand. Numbers of times you all know that. Suppose you are producing the agricultural product, you are consuming the commodity just like the salt, you are consuming those products which have been developed by the government itself, just like the road, canal, parks, municipality parks. In that all these conditions, you all know that you will find the perfectly inelastic demand conditions. Now according to the concept, you should know that in which time you have to take the which decision. In perfectly inelastic demand, though demand is almost constant, then government try to get more and more revenue, or any entrepreneur will try to take more and more revenue by only increasing the price. Or you can say that as you increase the price, though demand will be decreased, or although here it is almost constant, from P to B it will be decreased, but revenue will be increased. It means in the inelastic conditions, the strategy is that you have to increase the price. In the elastic condition, the strategy is that you have to decrease the price. Then question arises, how we can handle the perfectly inelastic demand conditions? If you are a government, you can increase the tax. If you are an entrepreneur, there is market is highly saturated, then definitely you go for product development, or you can go for market segmentation. If more product development, more market segmentation, then chances is that your product will find the different market scenario, different market areas by which the inelastic demand will be converted to the elastic one. In the perfectly elastic demand conditions, normally you know that already I have described, we have to use more and more technologies. You have to incorporate the concept of production by masses to mass production, by which there may be the chances that you can handle or increase or decrease of your price, by which perfectly elastic demand condition will be converted to elastic demand. But whatever the condition, again I am saying that in the time of elastic demand, you can increase the revenue by increase the quantity of consumption and decrease the price. It means elasticity of demand, you have to decrease the price, by which quantity of consumption will be increased, that will ultimately increase the revenue. Suppose you are at the time of economy of scale, you always try to, whatever you have produced, you have to try to capture the market, then definitely you have to reduce the price. You have to try to increase the elasticity of consumptions. You have to try to increase the market share, that ultimately increase the revenue. In the inelastic demand conditions, the strategy is that you have to increase the price. Simultaneously, if you increase the price, no doubt demand will be reduced down, but it ultimately increase the revenue. As an entrepreneur, our ultimate aim is that how to increase the revenue. Then ultimately, according to the product concern, we have to plan accordingly, whether we go for increase the price or go for decrease the price. Or you can say that according to the looking into the elasticity conditions, we have to plan that which strategy will be incorporated, by which ultimately our revenue will be increased. Let's see what are the parameters are there on which elasticity will be depend. Nature of commodities. You tell me that if the product is a durable product and another product is the perishable product, for which elasticity will be higher? Definitely for the durable product, elasticity will be higher. Why it will be higher? Because you have to keep the product for the more time. For the durable product, you have to adjust your consumption process in you take more time. But the perishable product, you have no choice, either increase the price or decrease the price, your consumption pattern will not change very quickly. So perishable product, the elasticity is inelastic one, whereas the durable product, you will find the elastic demand curve. Availability and the proximity of the substitute. If in the market there are more substitute, just like the tea and coffee, if the increase of the price of tea, then definitely the demand for the coffee will be increased. Or you can say that any change in the substitute, its impact will be observed in the demand of the another substitute. It means changes is quite higher. Higher the substitute, change is higher, then definitely elasticity will be higher. Alternative use of commodity. It is very beautiful concept to learn. You all know that. Think about the electricity. Electricity has been used in numbers of ways. When electricity cost will be quite higher, maybe after 40 to 50 years back or 30 to 40 years back, electricity only used for the home consumption. After that, industry will come. Electricity has been used for the industry consumption. Now you can find that as electricity price has been going down, we use the electricity or the battery operated cars, all these things in numbers of forms. You know that how water has been used. Water is abundantly found, so the uses of water shall also be rampant. You use water for the utensils, cleaning of utensil, and you also use water for the drinking purpose, and now you can see that water use also be found in the irrigation purpose. Higher the uses, higher will be the elasticity. Proportionate income spent on commodity. You all know that 51% of the income has been going for the food consumptions, and out of the food consumption, think about the commodity that just like the salt has been used, it is very minutely less. If proportionate product consumption is very less, then elasticity is inelastic one. If one commodity capture more amount of your income, then elasticity will be higher one. Time is very important one, because if you give more time, then definitely consumer will adjust its consumption practices in a quicker way. Suppose you are producing an agriculture product. According to the rules, agriculture product is the perfectly inelastic demand. Suppose same product has been stored in the cold storages, then time utility will be increased. Consumption will be increased because consumer will adjust its consumption strategy for more time. Consumer will take decisions that whether I will consume the product in the time of February or at the time of November. Though time will give the flexibility, so increase the time, increase will the elasticity of the product. Then duration already described, is the durable product or the non-durable product. Proportionate market supply. Suppose you are an entrepreneur or an organizer, you are already captured more than 50% of the market. It means you already in your saturated stage. Whether you increase the price or they decrease the price, consumer will not get sufficient interest or not create sufficient interest to consume your product. But if the you are capturing very less amount of the market share, then chances of the getting the more and more market share will be higher, then elasticity will be higher. Items of addiction. You all know that suppose you are consuming tobacco, you are consuming cigarettes, elasticity will be almost perfectly inelastic condition. It means increase the price of the cigarette doesn't mean that the consumption will be going down, or decrease the price of the cigarette doesn't mean that your consumption will be increased. That's why government will get or try to get more and more taxes from all the addicted product. In this context, some of the formulas I have highlighted that total revenue equal to P and Q. We are more concerned about the total revenue as an entrepreneur. From the total revenue, we can get that marginal revenue. If you are comfortable with the derivative, then you all know that marginal revenue already highlighted here. From the marginal revenue, we can calculate the elasticity and try to connect how marginal revenue has been connected with the elasticity. It's just the simple arithmetic calculations. And from the elasticity, you can derive the arithmetic mean. Sorry, you are getting the average revenue in connection with the marginal revenue. More important thing I like to highlight it that this is the transformations or getting the more ideas of elasticity over the slope of the demand and price curve. Elasticity has given the concrete idea how the entrepreneur or the government will take the decisions according to the different type of the elastic conditions of the product itself. After that, if you like to learn more and more things, then try to write in my chat box or discuss in the class. It is very difficult for me as well to conclude the price elasticity of demand within 15 minutes or the 20 minutes. It's very difficult for me, but I try my best. Hopefully it is comfortable for you to learn the things or the basic idea to learn the things. Have a good day.